never walk again. Can't you see I've got no rhythm? So I said I'll never stand again. The way I stood with you.
Let there be light, light, light.
Ha! Got him! Ha! Got him!
Yahweh, Yahweh. What's going on? What's going on, cuzzo? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. People that's rocking with us, welcome to the show. Share the live. Tonight we got a dope brother on, A-Eazy. I've already been familiar with his music. He actually got a joint that we gonna start the show off with. That it's one of my joints. You know what I mean? It's one of the things that get the party started. You heard? So shout out to you, cuzzo. Shout out to you. Welcome to the show.
Man. Thank you, man.
What's up?
Not much, man. It's been a blessed day so far, man. Been busy. I'm a little tired, but we're in here, man. We in here.
Alicia, what's up with you, man? How's your day been going, cuzzo?
Hey, man, my day was great, man. I started a new job today, bro. I'm just grateful to be here. And, again, shout out to A-Eazy for, being our guest today. And I appreciate you for wanting to come on to the show.
So, yeah, man, A-Eazy, man, I know you from Cincinnati. That's where you from there all your life?
Yeah, man. Born and raised here in Cincinnati. Live now kind of closer to, like, I guess another little city in little outskirts, pretty much like the suburbs now. But, yeah, born and raised in Cincinnati, though.
What was the hip-hop scene for you growing up?
I mean, it was pretty cool, man. Like, in my neighborhood, I kind of started it. Like, I started writing raps, and then I kind of just gathered all my friends in the neighborhood into it. And then from there, man, it just grew. Different people in the city was doing it, and that was pretty much how it kind of went for me, man. At least growing up with hip hop.
How long would you say you've been doing music for? Like just like recording songs and all that?
Just recording songs, man, since I was like 12. I used to record songs on like a karaoke machine, man. I used to switch the cassette tapes out to make like dubs and stuff like that. Like, yeah, so I kind of dating myself a little bit, I guess. But
yeah. Nah, I mean, I know exactly. I was actually just saying that to a brother last night that we used to have these boom boxes you can hit record, and I'll be watching Yo MTV Raps. We'll record the song from Yo MTV Raps and then turn the bass all the way up, the treble all the way down, and rap over the beat that way, you know what I mean? And then record ourselves. Yeah. So it was just crazy coming up in that time ever, man. I mean, today I think we spoiled, man. We got all types of gadgets and computers. Now you can just dish out a song whenever you feel like it, you know what I mean? But definitely got some roots in you, man, if you coming from that era. That's a fact, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. These youngins don't know anything about using a karaoke machine to record or a multi-track recorder or a workstation to record, man. That stuff was
workstation.
It was hard back then, man. It took time. It took time.
Yeah, I had a Roland MC 1680 workstation, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
bro, yeah, I think not MC. I think that was my beat machine. I think it was a VS 1680 workstation, Roland. But man, that was crazy because it was a good thing to be able to just record on CDs. You know what I mean? Now that's dating. You know what I mean? We dated. But yeah, man. Yo, so welcome to the show. The people that's watching, man, if you want to find my bro, go follow him, go support him. You know, we out here trying to worship God with our music. That's why we even doing what we doing here right now. We here because Jesus Christ is King, right? So go follow him, Amen. Go help him move the gospel forward. You know, music is gonna resonate on levels that, you know, you picking up a Bible might not resonate on for some people, but they will drive to these songs in their car, you know what I mean, and get that gospel that way. So go show support, man, and if God puts it on your heart, man, sow into the brother, man. It takes physical keys to open up physical doors. But yeah, man, Alicia, you want to add on?
Not at all, bro, man. Not at all.
All right, so for the people that's here, we know why you here. We here to get into the music. So for y'all that don't know, the way we do the show is that we'll play a song and then we're going to have the bro break it down. There's a lot of thought, there's a lot of inspiration that goes into this music. Sometimes it's a testimony that somebody can glean from that goes into making these songs. So we here to just shine light on those testimonies, shine light on that thought process with the hopes that it might encourage somebody. So this first joint, my personal favorite. Go ahead, Alicia. You want to introduce this joint?
Hey, man, this track is about a homie, A-Eazy. It's a lot of people's favorites. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's called We Lit, and it's featuring none other than Grand Rapids' own Stephen Malcolm. You guys, man, stay tapped in. We got much, much more to come next. But let's get it. Let's go. We lit!
We lit. We lit. Hey, yo, shout out to the chat, too, you heard? Shout out to the chat.
Man, I say we lit. On another level, this is it. Yeah. You looking at the champ, don't you forget. Yeah.
Let's go, share the love. I see you, so.
Yeah. Fly like Clark Kent.
Oh, bloody wow.
On another level, this is it.
I know you gonna dig this. I know you gonna dig this.
Do it for my guy, represent, yeah. Fly like Clark Kent, man, I say we lit. Up in sky, it's so bird, it's so plain, yeah. I ain't got time for a basic or a lane, yeah. Your lines ain't got the punch to step up in my ring, yeah. Your boy so high up, man, you think your boy had wings,
Let's
yeah.
go.
God came and saved me when I was on the brink. Supply me with that living water, take a drink. The old me dead ain't gone, that homie is his
Hey, yo, shout out to A-Eazy on this joint. Fire.
Step my name, man, you better be careful. You ain't got the talent, you ain't taking the medal. I'm super singing blue, you are not on my level. All the hate comes, man, when you're successful. Look, your opinion don't matter. Lord knows I have my fair share of those bouts. My heart thinks the damage, my life took a loud. Your boy caught away, now the enemy's rally. On another level, this is it, yeah. You looking at the champ, don't you forget, yeah. Do it for the squad, represent, yeah. Fly like Clark Kent, man, I say
We lit.
on another level, this is it, yeah. You looking at the champ, don't you forget, yeah. Do it for my guy, represent, yeah. Fly like Clark Kent,
I'm
man,
reloaded.
I say we lit.
Oh, let's go.
How did I get here? This on my pen and I've been a billion and I'm about to get on the bars, yeah. Okay, let me talk to him. 616 South Midwest, how we ride. Squad lit on 5 pro lines, hitting with a choke. Rocking my vans, I stay on my grind, yeah. I got the vans outside in line, waiting to come inside, yeah. Good in that real side, I came up in here with all of my woes. They can tell us what they want. Keep a small circle in my square, so y'all never want the smoke. Tell a DJ bring it back. I come with the slaps. That's no cat, matter of fact. Blitz fire on our track.
We lit.
On another level, this is it, yeah. You looking at the champ, don't you forget, yeah.
No, you gonna
Do
dig
it for the
this.
squad, represent, yeah. Fly like Clark Kent, man, I say we lit. On another level, this is it, yeah. You looking at the champ, don't you forget, yeah. Do it for my guy, represent, yeah. Fly like
know
Clark
you
Kent,
gonna
man, I
dig
say
this.
we lit. You looking at a fighter like Adonis. Everything through my lifestyle, paying homage. Yeah, I'm fucking perfect, I'll be honest. Each bar spits a laser cutting through the darkness, yeah. God came and saved me when my life's in peril. Now I can feel his light burning in every vessel. Now I'm chasing greatness, ain't no way I settle. Look, man, it's still, it ain't no way you pierce my metal. Honestly, Lord, where I be without you? Honestly, Lord, I miss my bro Drew. I'm eating these tracks like it's barbecue. Shout out to KS, man, that's overdue. Yeah, watch your old me fade away.
Shout out to
Put in work
Licio.
every day. I hear the hate, but I'm not fake. I'm a lion, I behave. Yeah. On another level, this is it. Yeah. You looking at the champ, don't you forget. Yeah. Do it for the squad, represent. Yeah. Fly like Clark Kent, man, I say we lit. On another level, this is it. Yeah. You looking at the champ, don't you forget. Yeah. Do it for my guy, represent. Yeah. Fly like Clark Kent, man, I say
We lit. Yo, we lit. You heard that song get me amped up every time I hear that song, bro. That's a fact. Hold on, let me take these headphones off. Yo, Cuzzo, you gotta break that song down, man. I'm definitely intrigued. What was the motivation? What was that energy like recording this song? What was the process, Cuzzo?
Yeah, and one thing I want to note too, man, real
Crazy.
Hey, one thing I want to note about that track too, man, like it's only exclusive to Amazon Music right now. It's not on the other platforms, so it's only exclusive to that. But the inspiration behind it, man, was just about giving God praise. A lot of my music, man, that I do, I try to make relatable. So, and I try to make it fun at the same time, and I try to draw the people in that way. I believe if I make it relatable enough, people will be able to resonate with them and be able to help change their life or get them through something that they're going through. So, and that song, man, the energy, like just talking about being we lit, turning up, man. Just trying to make sure that we bring that energy. So, K Drama actually made that that beat, and then when I got the beat, I was like, man, you know what? I really gotta get somebody dope on this, man. That
shout
really
out to K Drama for that beat. That's a fact.
that
That
beat
was crazy.
That beat was crazy. It was one of his custom beats, man, that I got done. And then I was just thinking, man, who got to get to be on this song with me? And then I was like, man, you know what? Stephen Malcolm will be a good choice. So I reached out to him. He agreed to do it, and it was kind of history from there. Because of the stuff with COVID and stuff like that, we wasn't able to do a music video. That was supposed to be on the plate for that, but that got pushed off.
Fire, Lisho. I already
Least that
see you
album.
was trying to jump in. Lisho was lit on that track. You know, when we started talking about that, his eyes lit up. Go ahead, Lisho.
I know, bro. I know, man. I really want to do a video for that, but I released it in February of 2020, like towards the end of that, and then COVID had started to really amp up around that March time, April time. So,
nah, that song timeless though. That's one of them joints that's gonna bang like that forever. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna bang like that forever. At least in my opinion. You know what I mean? So you definitely got to make a video for that. Go ahead, Lisho.
Yeah, I'm about to say I got a different variation or different version of it on the upcoming album that I have coming out. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. That's not the video that we about to play next, right?
Nah, nope.
All right. Go ahead, Lisho.
Hey man, if y'all don't know anything, man, A-Eazy is one of the strongest workhorses out of the Cincinnati area, out of the Ohio area. And I'm just honored to have him on the show tonight, man. Just break down the track, break down the songs, and even talk about his new song that dropped today called Fake Friends and his upcoming project. So if y'all haven't shared the live, y'all need to share the live.
Share the live, man. Support the bro. So I know you got a new joint that dropped today, but we're going to get into that in a few. I want to get into this video. You want to explain the making of the video real quick? Who's responsible for shooting the video?
Yeah, my boy Josh shot the video, and he does almost all of my videos, except for some of the real early ones. But he's done the majority of them. Typically, what we do, man, we scout a location, come up with a concept for the video, and while we're shooting it, we both direct it and figure out different angles, different shots that we can get. And then this is We Lit too. So the hook is very similar to the first We Lit.
Yeah.
But I changed the beat up. I made the beat for this one.
All right, word. Nah, I was actually telling Lisho that I thought I'm like, I think this is like a part 2 to the first joint. You know what I mean?
It is.
So it is, right?
Yep, it is.
All right, 100%. Word, man. So this is We Lit part 2. Fire again.
It's the samurai himself, Anthony Edwards on the beats.
Yeah.
Let's go. Shit it loud.
Man, I say we lit. This that boss level, this is it. Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit. Tell the devil he will never catch me slip. This is it. Look, man, I say we lit. This that boss level, this is it. Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit. Got it on my side, so I'll never miss. This is it. Bro, I think it's funny, they hope I slip off my path. You clowns are entertaining, always good for a couple laughs. God got me fading, now he gave me a new task. Tell the hypocrites the first gon' end up being last. I try to speak my mind, so they label me a villain. Feel like Goku out here, always saving all these Krillins. Black lives matter if you with me, fist up to the ceiling. There's kids that need direction, and a nation that needs healing. That ain't arrogant, that's just facts. I'm out here on these tracks, running laps, putting in that work, bro, so I'm in my bag, I know who my God is, so I'm just trying to brag, keep it 100 till the day that I collapse, this flow is sick, tell me where the mask at, you need a beat, bro, send that beat through cash, Goku with the wave, that's Kameya blast, man, I say we lit, this that boss level, this is it, Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit. Tell the devil he will never catch me slip. This is it. Look, man, I say we lit. This that boss level, this is it. Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit.
That chakra got me lit, got my spirit light blaze. You going through a phase, I was just up in that maze. Now I'm making moves, I'm forever on those skates. Too litty, too quick, cause I know I got a purpose. Riding y'all's wave, yeah, I'm still surfing. Been putting in them hours, all I do keep working. Good company all around me, even when I'm churching. I was 17, trying to figure out my dream, but I ended up running in the street. Now I'm king, cause my God chose me. Say dream team, you can say I'm not a winner, living to be just a sinner, but I'm still walking like the ET glow finger. Level up, level up, level up. Loaded up more than my Bible gun. Lord is a hero, da-da-da-da. Hallelujah. Reading the word just ain't enough. Relationship with the man above. The spiritual lenses will adjust. So in the world we see and judge.
Man, I think we lit. This that boss level, this is it. Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit.
I don't know about
Tell the
y'all, but
devil
I'm
he will
lit.
never catch me slip. This is
Jesus
it.
Christ is
Man, I
king.
think we
Let's
lit.
go.
This that boss level, this is it. Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit. God on my side, so I'll never miss. This is it.
You heard? It's one of them joints right here, man. It's one of them joints right here, B. Word. Definitely got to give a round of applause for that. You know what I'm saying? Creativity on 10. You know what I mean? Your man that shot the video on 10 with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, shout out to you. Go ahead. You want to break that down?
Yeah, man. First, I just want to say shout out to my boy Ice, man. We're on First Kingdom together, the record label, and he's super dope artist, man. Like Salt just said, he is slept on, man. So he definitely want to give him his due. But yeah, man, that one was just a part 2 to it. Just wanted to keep that energy going. I thought about making a part 3, but I don't think I'm going to do that. But definitely just wanted to keep that praise going. Some of the stuff I was just saying in there was definitely just fit the current thing, man. It just fit the current events of the time that we were going through with the COVID, with a lot of the just everything, man. Police shootings and stuff like that. It was just a song for the time, and it still resonates today. But yeah,
Saul said you should combine both versions. You should put them both together. What do you think?
hey, you know what? I might do that. You know, I might just do a part 3 and make a little small EP just called "We Lit." I don't know, something like that.
That's a dope idea. Go ahead, Alicia.
Yeah.
I see you.
So, A-Eazy, I know that you have the We Lit Part 2. You also do a lot of the work joints. Would there be a work, what is it, Part 8, Part 10 or something? Will you be doing a work upcoming soon?
We're on part 10 now, but I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm still praying about that. Doing those work songs with such a big cipher like that, with different artists and them sending you different files and stuff, it's a lot of work. When I originally started it and I started to really open it up to beyond people that was outside of like my label and stuff, it was a way for me to try to like unify the Ohio scene, especially the Cincinnati Christian rap scene. And I really honestly don't know if I'm going to open it back up again and start doing them. I had a song called The Work X. I never released it because it was just me on there. It was kind of a way to conclude it, but I don't know, man. I'm still praying about that. If you guys want to see another work song, man, let me know.
Well, I definitely want one. We gotta get Flyboy on one of them joints. We gotta get Philly TF on one. GG need the verse. Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, you know what? They all those people right there, except for Gigi, Philly TF, Flyboy was supposed to be on the Work 8. So I had to. Scott Sims was supposed to be on the Work 8. Christ Jr. was supposed to be on the Work 8. I had to. There was like scheduling conflicts and stuff, so I had to look for other artists to bring into it. So, but yeah, they were supposed to be on there.
Yeah, shout out to Christ Jr., man. Shout out to the whole one body, man. You know, it's so much talent in the body of Christ, man, that I don't know, man. Right now we booked up this whole month. Licio got me like
awesome.
Day after day with it. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself like, all right, I'm here, son. I'm here to work. You know what I'm saying? Because I truly believe from my heart, man, that all this talent, like there's so many superstars in the body of Christ right now doing music, and for some reason it's it's going unnoticed. You know what I mean? The other day, and I think I mentioned this on the last show, the other day I had somebody telling me, you know, I'm looking for Christian music, you know, somebody who's, you know, born again and whatnot. They looking for Christian music and it's hard for them to find it. They're like, yo, who should I check? You know what I mean? Because he made a comparison where he's like, even the stuff that he did find, it still sounds like worldly, just positive music. And he's like, man, I need that worshiping Jesus, that spirit filled, that life. You know what I mean? So there's so much talent in the body, man. And I'm definitely humbled that I get the opportunity to have brothers like you on, to be able to work with somebody like A-Eazy. Like, man, like A-Eazy is like the nuts and bolts that hold the table together for us to sit down and eat. You know what I mean?
He really is, man. He knows everybody, man. And he, not that he knows everybody too, he has a relationship with everybody. I will say that. Like, he's been rocking with me since day one. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely shout out to A-Eazy, man. I see you, man. I see what you be doing, man. I definitely am humbled by you, man, as far as your character goes. You know, you have a servant character and all that, so definitely humble, man. Looking forward to everybody that A-Eazy gonna bring through, man, because he got me here, and I'm ready to go work, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Word. So
definitely appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it. So I know, you know, today is Friday. You know, new joint dropped today called Fake Friends. You know, let's go ahead and dive into that. So can you tell us, like, what was the inspiration behind the track called Fake Friends?
Fake Friends. It's kind of part of my testimony, man. I believe like my testimony has different like, you know, angles and stuff like that. But it was I was dating a girl and I thought that we were building towards something. And I figured out like I just was building a fake friend. I was building somebody that wasn't my friend, that wasn't on the same page as I was. And yeah, man, I was really part of it. But that was a hard breakup for me. Definitely was a hard breakup and something really traumatic for me. But I felt like that situation brought me closer to Christ, though, because I felt really alone in that time. Sitting in an apartment by yourself, day in and day out, man, feeling depressed. Like you need somebody to help comfort you. And I felt like Jesus helped comfort me. Dived deep into my word. I went harder into music. Just really developed a relationship with Christ during that time. And on another level, like I always had a relationship with Christ growing up. And when I got saved, but I felt like in different stages of my life, that relationship just grew bigger. And that's part of that. But one of the things too that I want to point out is like I do CHH, but I also do a little bit of pop music as well, like breakup songs and stuff like that, because I feel like we don't have enough of that type of music in the Christian hip hop scene. So I try to expand on my horizons a little bit to help draw people in.
Now that's dope to be versatile. It's something that I try to strive for as well. So, you know, dipping into different genres of music, you know, I think every artist would do that naturally. It's just part of being an artist, you know what I mean?
Right.
Music is like another form of expression that we have. And sometimes, you know, you in the pop kind of vibe, you know what I mean? Sometimes you in the rap kind of vibe. So,
True.
And artists will always be a reflection of that, you know what I mean? So this next joint is called what? Fake Friends? This is off the new joint? You just dropped this today, right?
This is actually going to be off of an album that I'm dropping on Valentine's Day. I'm slowly dropping songs from it. But it's going to come out. The full album will come out Valentine's Day next year. But for right now, it's out on all major platforms.
Okay, all right. So yeah, man, Fake Friends. Let's go. It's coming out on all major platforms. Stay tuned. Let's get it.
I can never win. Truth is, I can't pretend like I don't still have feelings for you, but how can I trust you again? Like, look, maybe we can figure all this out, yeah. Or maybe we can find another route, yeah. over and I just can't admit, no. That I keep on falling for,
you
no.
know
What I
you're
came
gonna dig
from,
this.
you know I can go away. What we had was too damn good to just go throw away. I cannot replace these feelings that I had for you. And you say that you love me, girl, tell me, is it true? Is it true? Yeah, is it true? You say that you love me, tell me, is it true? Tell me why I should ever trust you again. I spent all this time building up a fake friend. You broke my heart in pieces. How can I trust you again? Every day I'm dying inside, cause I lost my best friend. Truth is I still love you, and I don't think that it ever end. Girl, you broke your promise, tell me, what's it all for nothing? I'm like, baby, you know things will never be the same, yeah. Look, girl, you switched up, yeah, you done changed, yeah. And I refuse to shoulder all the blame, yeah.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
You know what I came from, you know I can go away. What we had was too damn good to just go throw away. I cannot replace these feelings that I had for you. And you say that you love me, girl, tell me, is it true? Is it true? Yeah, is it true? You say that you love me, tell me, is it true? Tell me why I should ever trust you again. I spent all this time building up a fake friend.
That right there. Yeah, that right there is fire. Facts. Yeah, Leisha, what up?
Man, good stuff, man. When I know A-Eazy always send me previews before their release. And I did, first of all, I want to say thank you for that, but I was really caught off guard with, the song and then the lyrics. And it resonated with me because I believe that all of us, male and female, that we have all had that experience, whether we want to be transparent about it or, hold it in for ourselves as a life lesson. But we all have had to deal with either a fake male friend or like a fake female friend. And I think that that's a powerful reminder that Jesus can still be that friend in the midst of you dealing with a fake friend or a fake person that might say that they're in your corner, but they're really stabbing you in the back and, they're hurting your feelings and etc. So we deal with that on a day-to-day basis, whether we are intimate with somebody or not. So thank you, A-Eazy, for that fake friend strength.
Yeah, I love that point you just made too. As far as the way Jesus treated us when we were being fake with Him, and
True.
Man, that's where the gold is at for me, man. Because it's easy for us to respond to people the way they respond to us, but you in doing that, you actually become them. So if you mad at something about them and you start doing the same thing they doing to you, then you know different than them. You know what I mean? We have to be the difference. We have to be the light in the darkness. Right. And when we think about Jesus, how He came into the world and He didn't come to condemn, He didn't even come to accuse anybody of anything. He's like the perfect representation of how we should deal with fake people. Because there's a scripture that actually says Jesus didn't entrust Himself to men because He didn't need nobody to testify about men. So there was people chasing Jesus, was like, Jesus, you the man, you this, that, because He's feeding them, He's doing all these miracles. But He understood that they were only following Him because of these miracles, because He was actually trying to offer them a different way of thinking, a different way of living life, and it was going over some people's heads, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, so shout out for that song right there. This next joint we got is called A Living Nightmare, featuring Bro Da Vinci, I believe.
Brody Da Vinci.
Yeah, Brody Da Vinci, my bad. Yo, my bad. Brody Da Vinci, man, shout out to you, word.
100, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, you want to talk about it now? You want to wait till we play the song?
Go ahead and play it. Fuck after.
All right, so right here, Living Nightmare, let's go. Shit it live, let's go.
All glory to God. We only do this for the king, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Lord, been depressed, yeah. I gotta pay my bills, yeah. When I'm swimming in debt, yeah. Thinking about my life, yeah. Yeah, Lord, it's a mess, yeah. Lord, I need your light. They got me through this night. Yeah, been up all night, yeah. Yeah, Lord, been depressed.
Okay.
My bills, yeah. When I'm swimming in debt, yeah. Thinking knowledge. Every day brings new problems. Try to get out this maze just like Thomas. I took a hit and lost points like Sonic. Demons hunting me and they ain't stopping. Yeah, anxiety keeps me up all night. This living nightmare feels chronic. But then that light comes like a comet. I know the Lord's good on his promise. I've been up all night. Yeah, Lord, been up.
All glory to God.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Yeah, Lord, it's a mess. Yeah, Lord, I need your light. They got me through this night. Yeah, been up all night. Yeah, Lord, been
Yeah, we need Jesus' light to guide us through this darkness, you heard?
All glory to God.
I hear the demons in the nighttime. Bills wanting all of my dimes. Debt got me in a chokehold and my pockets flat like a lifeline. Need a spark like Lieutenant Surge. I can't even give to my church. I know your promise and I know your word, but this money going to my family first. I owe $6K on my own whip and my credit bad from an ex-chick. Fighting hard to get it back in line till I pay it off or I wreck it. Light coming through the wreckage. Satan never really fight fair. It's good though. Insomniacs don't gotta worry about nightmares.
Yeah, been up all night. Yeah, Lord, been depressed. Yeah, I gotta pay my bills. Yeah, when I'm swimming in debt. Yeah, thinking about my life. Yeah, Lord, it's a mess. Yeah, Lord, I need your light. They got me through this night. Yeah, been up all night. Yeah, Lord, been depressed. Yeah, I gotta pay my bills. Yeah, when I'm swimming in debt. Yeah, thinking about my life. Yeah, Lord, it's a mess. Yeah, Lord, I need your light. They got me through this night.
Yeah, that right there, fire.
Crazy track. Hey, A-Eazy, man, who made that beat, bro? Because when you sent that to me and I previewed it before it was released, like it made my mirror shake. I'm just gonna be honest.
I made that one, man. I made that one.
Oh, so you be making beats like all your beats, or just sometimes you make a beat, sometimes you don't?
It depends how I feel, man. If the inspiration comes and I make tons of beats, but not all of them are good. So I only use the ones that really hit me. And I use K Drama for some stuff. I got a boy named my bro Liam. I use him. James. I got a lot of producers, man. I probably shouldn't be telling everybody who I use, but
it's all good. It's all good. Shine light on them. Shine light on them.
For sure, man. For sure.
Just for the people, though, man, give them a little bit of insight of what your process looks like creating music, you know, from point A to point Z.
Yeah, man. So it kind of, you know what? Over time, it's started with. It could come from any direction. So sometimes it can be I'll make a hook, or I'll write down some like end rhymes, and I'll be like, man, that's really dope end rhymes, a real dope pattern for the end rhymes. Let me just fill in the gaps here. Sometimes I do that. The most recent song I wrote, first thing I did was I got a beat from Liam, and then from there I was just in a bad place a few days ago, actually a few weeks ago, like last week. I was kind of in a bad place. I was like, man, I need to do something to get this out. I need like an outlet, so I decided to write a new song called "Switch Up." It's not on the new project, but it's coming like earlier next year. But typically that's what I do. I'll make a beat. If I make a beat, that's a really super long process. People don't understand like how much time it takes to do all that stuff, because I don't only like sometimes make my beats, but I engineer everything from start to finish. So I record it myself, I mix it myself, and I master it myself. So and I don't only just mix the vocals into the beat, but I also mix the different components of the beat. Even if I get a beat from somebody else, I get them in what they call stems, where the kick will be separate in a separate track than the snare, and the instruments will all be tracked out. So I mix all that stuff together. And sometimes the process could take a week. Sometimes it could take a few weeks. I'm a perfectionist. I try to make sure the sound is as perfect as possible. So sometimes I have like 20 different versions of it. Alicia will probably tell you, because sometimes I'll send a track to him. It'll say like mix or master 15, 16. That's because that's how many times I've done it over and over again, like to try to get it right.
About, man. I go through that all the time. Trust me, man. So what are some things you look for in the beat? Because you say you make beats, but you don't necessarily choose every beat you make. So What are some things you look for when you're constructing your album together?
It's weird, man. Like I try to find stuff to. It's kind of weird or kind of odd to explain. Like, there's like a certain, just kind of like almost not a key and a scale that resonates with me, but it's just like a certain feel to my beats that I like. I like stuff that's kind of like has more of a like a darker tone to it as far as like the overall sound of it. I like stuff that's kind of more atmospheric, has more of an atmosphere type sounds, kind of more airy, kind of more like reverbish.
Like dramatic.
Um, yeah, a little bit more dramatic. But I'm really big on instrumentation, so I like stuff to be layered. Like I like to have just I just don't want just like a synth on there or just a piano. I want multiple different layers to all the instruments. So that's something that I really look for. And then it has to bang, man. It has to have a really good drum pattern. If it doesn't have a good drum pattern, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah. So something I always highlight, when people ask me this question is that when I write my rhymes, I'm always when I hear a beat, first I gotta like the beat, right? Like you
Mhm.
said, I usually go for the darker tone beats as well. Um, but I have to like the beat. Once I hear the beat, then I have to write my music in a way where my vocals become like another instrument on the beat. You
For
know what I
sure.
mean? And so that's the way I pick my beats and all of that. But
Yeah, and one thing I
so
want to add about my process real quick, is sometimes depending on the subject that I'm writing about, I might have to do like some research into it. I wrote a song about like suicide before, called Search Party. And I went through a situation like that where I felt suicidal. But I also wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I went on the suicide prevention hotline's website, just looked up different things that people go through, asked other people that felt that way, and tried to incorporate their testimony into it too. And sometimes I have to research different scriptures that to try to make sure I connect everything together right, to make sure I can have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that ending being that you're going to Christ. And so that's kind of some of my process too, depending on the song. Sometimes I just like to spit bars and I just write
yeah,
creative stuff. So I mean,
yeah, me too, me too. What else, Lisho?
So I'm glad that you're diving into your process of how to like choose a beat, write lyrics, and etc. But I know that you are an artist as well, and I know that you have features. So how do you pick and choose who you are going to feature with, and what's going to make the album or the EP or the project?
so I mean, it really just depends. Like when I made Next Move, that's kind of more of a Bay Area style beat, like a hyphy beat. So I knew that Miles Minnick, and I was a fan of his music anyway. But I knew that he's kind of specialized in that, so I wanted to get him on something like that. Typically, the artists that I really like and I actually like really listen to are the people I have featured the most on my projects. That's kind of how I really choose most of the time. Sometimes when I have if the first person that I usually make a list. So if I write a song and I want to get a feature on there, I make a list of all the people I want to be potential people that could be featured on there. I have a first choice, second choice, third choice, and I just kind of go down the list from there.
Yeah, I like that order. That's dope.
Yeah.
You good, Lisho?
I'm good, man. So thank you for answering that. Let's talk about the brand new project that you will be releasing next month.
So yeah,
Awakening. Is it called The Awakening? No.
yep, it's called Awakening. I'm really excited about this project because I feel like I'm in a really good spot in my artistry, and I feel like I'm in a really good spot with that, and that's why I'm really excited about it. If you guys have been following me for some time, you would notice a difference in my artistry between the Flames of Winter project to when I made Boss Level. You can tell a difference in my artistry, and I feel like it's more melodic. I started using more like singing more instead of just rapping. I started to use my voice a little bit more. So I'm really excited on that front, but also because most of the songs, some of the songs have released already, but it just hits different when you hear them like back to back, straight down the line. Like it just hits different and it tells a different story.
Okay. So yeah, man. The next song we got is called "We Made It." You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You want to talk
Yeah.
about that now or later?
We can talk about it after.
All right, so next joint right here called "We Made It." I got to give you my Scarface ad lib. We going back in.
reloaded.
We going back in. You heard?
We came a long way. I need a vacation. Been out for days. We came from the base. We making them plays, man. Congratulations.
Let's go follow A-Eazy.
Celebrate it, yeah. Thank God we made it. We came a long way. I need a vacation.
All his information at the bottom of the screen. Go follow my bro.
All glory to God. We only do this for the king. You know what I'm
OT,
saying?
maybe OD. Still got drive with no keys. Still overtime with no team. Still got shine on me. RIP cause I DDT the game. Got to BIG for fame. In 5 years we gon' be the same. Tell me you ain't entertained. Wait up, lay up. Y'all on me, go ahead pay up. Don't know me, please don't say none. I'm all blacked out, y'all can't play us. You tweaking, I had to freak it. Who peeking? No leaking. I'm on FaceTime, still no speaking. I'm in silence, gone for the weekend. How it go? What y'all want? That's how it go. Say what's next, I still don't know. I'm just living in the moment.
I know you're gonna dig
What
this.
y'all want? That's how it go. Say what's next, I still don't know. I'm just living in the moment.
Thank God we made it. We came a long way. I need a vacation. Been out for days. We came from the base. We making them plays, man. Congratulations. Let's celebrate it, yeah. Thank God we made it. We came a long way. I need a vacation. Been out for days. We came from the base. We making them plays, man. Congratulations. Let's celebrate it, yeah.
Look, all work, bro, this OT. Doing work since I was a teen. Listen, still putting on for the team. New one day, living our dreams. Still God over them bands. Loyal, bro, I'll die for the fam. Big rings on every hand. It's not vacating, unless we got sand. Listen up, bro, we made it. We came a long way from the basement. Bless, bro, look at the statement. I ain't coming out unless y'all paying. Now you celebrate these moments. Nothing but wins we toasting. He healed the scars
you're
like
gonna
Logan.
dig this.
Diesel shot. Bro, he's so
How it go? What y'all want? That's how it go. Say what's next, I still don't know. I'm just living in the moment, man. What y'all want? That's how it go. Say what's next, I still don't know. I'm just living in the moment.
Thank God we made it. We came a long
Let's go,
way.
let's go, let's go.
I need a vacation. Been out for days. We came from the base. We making them plays, man. Congratulations. Let's celebrate it, yeah. Thank God we made it. We came a long way. I need a vacation. Been out for days. We came from the base. We making them plays, man. Congratulations. Let's celebrate it, yeah.
You already know this right here. Fire.
All glory to God. We only do this for the king. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
We
For
only
the
do this for the
king.
king. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
Go ahead. Break that down for us, Cuzzo.
Yeah, so we made it, man. I built that whole song around just the John Keith feature that I was able to get. He had said he was doing features. He opened it up. He was doing features at the time, and I was like, man, I need to reach out to this guy because I'm a fan of his music. I listen to him all the time. So reached out to him. I didn't have anything at the time, but I locked in the feature first, and then I told him, I was like, man, I'm going to have something to you. So I started looking for beats and stuff. I found this one from Liam. Liam's a great producer, man. He's only 17 too, super young.
Oh, shout out to
and,
Liam.
and he's already doing big things, man. So, but I wrote the hook. I actually said it myself at first, and I was like, man, this ain't sounding right. I'm my biggest critic, so I was like, if I'm saying this to myself, I know other people ain't gonna feel it. So I was like, I gotta find somebody else to do this hook. And I reached out to my bro, Message Music. Shout out to Message. We're both on the same label again together, First Kingdom, and he took that hook to a whole nother level, man. A whole nother level. Also, he has a project coming out October 14th. Just want to shout that out, called Autumn Nights, man. Super fire. I mastered it, and oh man, it's so dope. I can't wait for that to release. But yeah, John Keith sent his verse back, man. He killed that verse. I love the bridge that he put on it, and he made me step up my pen game a little bit because the verse I had written before that Yeah, it was like I was like, nah, he ain't gonna do that to me on my own songs.
Yeah. Yo, honestly, man, I love when I do music with people like that, man, that make me step my pen game up. You know,
Yeah,
if I'm being honest, man, coming on some of these live platforms, I hear music being played, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to the One Body, shout out to GQ,
right.
shout out to Quintus, right? I hear music being played, and it's music that inspires me, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
if you'll notice, like, I don't know how familiar you are with my music, but ever since coming on these platforms, it's inspired me to write in a different kind of light. You know what I mean? So I've
mm,
experimented with singing. I've even experimented with auto tune a little bit. Cause I never, you know, I'm old school, man. I'm 41 years old. I come from the era of Walkmans. You know what I mean? I listen to
yeah,
music on my Walkman. So, but the younger generation, man, so melodic with it, so inspirational in the sounds. Cause remember, I said I view my voice like an instrument. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
And some of these brothers out here that be making these songs, man, they voice sound better than the instruments on the song on the beat. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
And those things inspire me, man. So, you know, and that even goes back to what you were saying about switching up genres and all that, because I'm open to all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
love all that. As long as it, bro, if you worshiping God, I know that the spirit of God is in it, and the spirit of God is so inspirational. You know what I mean? If you're
amen.
paying attention.
Yeah, I want to give you a quick mixing tip too. Like, so now a lot of days, people use auto tune even on rapping parts. Like, you got to use auto tune on that too. You just turn down that retune speed a little bit. Um,
Mm.
but the way that you do that is if you have the monthly subscription, which most people have it now. You got the pro one. Make sure you turn that on low latency so you can record with the auto tune. Because recording with the auto tune, you can get the best performance. But that's a mixing tip though.
Yeah, word. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Because right now, I got a song that I'm doing. It's called Kingdom. You know what I mean? And it's really more
Mhm.
like a cipher. You know, and I'm actually the one that's mixing and all that. You know, and I don't know nothing about no mixing. I'm just watching
Yeah,
YouTube videos, and I'm saying I'm watching it, press pause, and I move this, hit play
yeah,
again. You know what I mean? So, but that's a dope tool right there, because I just learned how to use auto tune on my son's song. The other day he was
okay.
here, I was able to record him, which was a blessing for me in disguise. But I sat there and I started playing with the auto tune. I just couldn't get I just couldn't get it how I was to slow things down. But I'm gonna
Hmm.
look at that retuning speed that you just mentioned. You know what I mean? So shout out to you for
Right.
that tip. Word. Yeah, Alicia, you want to add on?
So I know that you have collabed with a bunch of different artists, and me being a day one of your music and supporting you. Um, is there anyone that you? Okay, how can I ask this? What are your top three features if money wasn't an option?
Money wasn't an option. Boy. Shoot. Trying to think. Lecrae for sure. I mean, that's a hands down. That's a hands down choice, man. Lecrae, NF. Um, and I would love to do a song with Drake, man. I mean, I would love to do like some like heartbreak type song with him. Like that would be dope.
Yo, given that we even here with that, so what's your thoughts on Eminem's new verse that he just dropped on God Did?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so at least he already knows I have a strong opinion about that. We talked about that
I want to
when it
hear. I want to
actually
hear.
talked about
You
it.
gotta tell
Talked
me.
about it the day we dropped. Yeah, talked about the day it dropped. I was on his show. For me, I'm okay with it for multiple reasons. Like I remember when I was a secular artist and making Christian songs here and there, like that was a part of my journey. That was the little seed that was being planted. And it takes somebody to plant that little seed, and God will come and water it along the way. And we don't know, like, if that song or that verse. That's the first time I've ever heard a song like that from Eminem. That's
Facts.
not that's that little that mustard seed right there that's being planted in his life, and God's gonna water that as
Facts.
it grows. So I mean, so many people have strong opinions about it, but just remember, like, we were all sinners at one point. We're still sinners. We were all in the world at one point and didn't know Jesus. And it took somebody to come along somewhere along our journey and plant that seed. And that's one of the biggest things I could say. And he killed the verse. He did a great job. I mean, he was quoting scriptures and everything. I was super surprised. So I was like, we don't know where, plus we don't know where he is in his walk. We don't know where his walk is. We don't. We're not him. So we don't know exactly what's going on in his life. God could be changing his life right now, and we don't know it. And for people to discourage him or bash him for whatever they want to say about him, saying he's secular, making Christian songs, like, bro, we don't know what's going on right now. We need to be patient, wait, observe, and see what God does.
Facts. I think one of the dopest points that you made was we ain't never heard a song like that from Eminem. You know what I
Never.
mean? And he has nothing to gain by doing a song like that, to be honest. You know what I mean? If he did
True.
do a song like that for, for all the wrong reasons, I mean, he still did the song, and it might touch people that believe in God, right? Because we gonna listen
Right.
to that. There's some people still looking for music. You know what I mean? So they might come across an Eminem verse where bro, he literally said Jesus Christ is his shepherd. That's biblical talk,
Right.
right? That's biblical, man. So whether he meant that or not, he was still speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I think we can all glean from that. And another point that you made is that we don't know what part of a testimony a person's in, right? Imagine if the day you got saved, instantly people showed up with cameras and started to record every single day of your life. What would that look like? What people gonna say about you? You know what I mean?
Lord.
And that's something, bro. Like, I agree with you strongly on that. You know what I mean? And I think, and I've always been saying this, is that music it represents our heart for artists, right? Now
Right.
that's not to say that people ain't out there making songs that ain't real or whatever. I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about people who truly make music from their heart, right? We know that our music is usually going to represent what's on our hearts, what's on our mind that day, whatever experience we had. So to hear Eminem talking that talk, like Jesus Christ is my shepherd, or all that he was talking, even Kanye, right? When they asked Kanye, what are you now? Are you a gospel artist? He's like, yo, I'm gospel everything. Right?
Right.
That's a place that comes from the heart. Like, and you're gonna drop the ball along the way. And guess what? We get to see them drop the ball because they famous. The camera's always on them. People always got something to say about them. But imagine if the tables would turn and it was you. You know what I mean? That was famous and people always had something to say about. Is that going to be a testimony of your true intentions? Because how many times, and I can speak for myself in this place, that I've said things even to my own daughter or my own son, in the heat of being in my anger or whatnot, that I had to come back and apologize for. Like, yo, baby girl, I'm sorry I said that to you. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so a lot of times in our process of growth with God, where we're being renewed, we're going to make mistakes. So it's not for us to tell somebody whether they truly believe in God or not based off of, whatever we exposed to when it comes to their life, right? We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Like, I don't know if you're familiar, but I'm in a wheelchair, and I've been in a wheelchair for the last 9 years.
Wow.
And when I say Jesus is King, there's nothing for me to gain. I'm not trying to run a church. I'm not trying to gain be famous in the church setting. Or I say Jesus King because I wake up to a wheelchair every day, and he's my reason to want to live every day. He's my reason to
Amen.
be out here and preach, to what he did. Like, he's the reason, So that comes from my heart, but that's not to say that there ain't gonna be times where I might say the wrong thing, might do the wrong thing, might offend somebody when I didn't intend to. Like, it's just not, you know what I mean? And I think it's illogical for us to look at people just because they're famous to say, well, yeah, I hear you talking about Jesus, but you ain't mean that. I don't know. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. It's not for me to judge because even
Right.
Paul says when the people preach Jesus out of selfish gain, he's happy that they just preaching Jesus. Paul said that, you know what I
That's
mean?
true.
And but man, my bad. I ain't mean to ramble on, man. That's a point that you made that is very personal to me. Just because if you can hear my speech, you could probably see, if you knew me, you probably see my body language, and I could come across as somebody who's very street. You know what I mean? Where they like, yo, but it's, bro. I promise you that when I say Jesus King, I mean it. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Amen.
So yeah, man. Shout out to Eminem. Word. Shout out to Eminem.
For sure.
And Kanye, man. We done seen that man get divorced on camera, have to see his wife,
Boy.
you know what I mean, do all kinds of things, and then have to respond on camera. Like, shit, had that been me? I don't know,
Boy.
puppy. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Yeah, that would have been tough, bro. That would have been tough, man, for me.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I ain't, so just for the people watching, what's your ethnicity? Like, what's your background?
Mixed, man, black and white.
Okay, all right, word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like to ask that, man, because I think hip hop is non-cultural, and you're gonna get
Yeah,
people from all kinds of walks of life talking the same talk. You know what I mean? And so hip hop is a culture within itself, man.
for sure.
All right, so Lisa, you want to add on anything before we move on?
So, A-Eazy, I know that you're a father. I know that your
Mhm.
daughter featured on one of your tracks. I want to say on your previous project or two projects ago. Can we expect any more features from her or your son with the upcoming projects next year?
Next year for sure. So my son is he's a drummer. So he's got a well, he's got
Shout out to your son. Shout out to your son.
for
Play them
sure, man.
drums, boy. Go ahead.
All right. he's yeah, he's about to get a drum set for his birthday. He don't know it yet, but he ain't watching. So he's actually at a football game right now. He's in the band. So but he's gonna do some drums on the track. I'm gonna do some keys. My daughter's gonna sing. We're actually really starting to. I'm really starting to transition a lot, man, to working with my kids and getting their music together. So retirement for me is in the horizon. You can see it. It's coming. I can see it in the horizon. But yeah, focusing more on my kids, man, making sure they are doing music and stuff. And my daughter, she's a super dope writer. She's got a great voice. My son is super creative, not only with like just doing drum patterns and stuff like that, but also just he does YouTube videos, like gaming videos. He's just super creative. Both of them are. All my children are. All five of them. But yeah, man,
Wow, that's dope,
we're
man.
definitely you can expect more.
How do you feel that you know you got kids following in your footsteps as far as the music goes?
Honestly, bro, it's a blessing, man, because I didn't honestly I didn't know if it was gonna happen. Um, you never when you have children, you never know if they're gonna have the same interests as you or be into the same things. You just never know.
Mm.
And for a while there, I didn't know that. But my daughter, Winter, my oldest daughter, she always was musically inclined. She always had that knack for music. My son, on the other hand, I just didn't know what way he was gonna go. But it seems like he's more into like the producing. He wants a guitar for Christmas. So, um, and I
Yeah,
played
get
acoustic
him,
guitar a little bit.
yeah, get
So
him that guitar, Pop. You got to get him that
yeah,
guitar. Yeah,
for
that's like
sure. And
some kids want a PlayStation 5. You know what I mean?
well, he already has that. So
I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon.
I spoil him. Man. He's my only son, man. So
Yeah.
he's my only son. So I spoil all my kids, but I spoil him a little extra, a little bit more extra.
Yeah, nah, that's dope, man. I remember my son, like when I was younger, I had like this 4 track, and
Hmm.
I ended up getting the MC 505, the Roland. That's the beat maker. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I had that, and I took his baby room and I turned it into a whole studio, right? So he was
Right.
sleeping with his mom's. And I remember this one time, I'm just like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like into making a beat. I'm like literally into it, right? And
Yeah.
out of nowhere, I see this glowing figure next to me, because my son is mad white, right? So he's like
Yeah.
glowing next to me, and he scared me, bro. I thought it was like a ghost. You know what I mean? This was before I was a Christian. But yo, you know
Yeah.
what was ill, right? That he was standing there bobbing his head, listening
Yeah.
to the beat.
Kids do that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so the other day he came to the crib. Now I got some equipment and all that, and I'm getting into recording and all that. So he came over here to record a song because he does music now. And I don't know, man. I felt like this confirmation. I felt good, bro. My son is
Yeah.
doing music. I do music, and it was a
It's
feeling that you couldn't buy it at Walmart. I don't care
it's a
what
good
aisle
feeling,
you
man.
walk
Can
down.
explain?
Yeah.
Help me understand, man.
And I gotta say this, man. Shout out to my parents, man. My parents, when I was like 12 and stuff like that, and I was writing raps, but I was afraid to tell my parents that I was writing raps. I didn't know how they was gonna feel because at the time I wasn't saved and stuff like that. So I was cussing in my raps and stuff. I was like, I don't know if my parents are gonna like this. But my dad found my little notebook one day, and he came to me. He's like, "Son, are you?" And my dad always used to play music in the car, like Tupac and stuff like that. And he was like, "Son, are you writing raps?" And I was like, "Yeah, Dad, I am." I kind of put my head down. He was like, "Man, put your head up, man." It's like, "This is what we're gonna do. If you're serious about this, I'm gonna invest into some music equipment for you, show you what I know, and then you can just take it to another level, man." And that's
Shout
what my
out to
parents
Pops.
did. Yeah, man. My parents made a lot of sacrifices along the way. Like my first beat machine was a Dr. Groove 808. I had a DJX. I had all the multi-track recorders growing up. When stuff started transitioning into PC recording, they went out there and bought a nice Sony laptop and really just invested in me, man. So I wouldn't be here today doing this if it wasn't for them doing that.
Yeah, shout out to
And
Pops. Shout out to Pops.
yeah,
Y'all,
for sure, man.
anybody who's listening to that, man, let that be like encouragement, man. Invest into your children, man, because
Yep.
there's things that your kids naturally come out of the womb with. These talents, this ear for music or whatever it be, right? Some kids just naturally come out with a basketball. You know what I mean? So, but whatever it is, man, invest into your children, man. Before you go spend all your money, at the movies or at a baseball game or, for some of y'all, some of these clubs, like, man, take that money, invest it into your children, man, because you never know. You just never know, man. You get to build a memory with them, right? You get to build that relationship where your kid is like, I know you invest into me. And if they
Right.
become famous, you get to boast about it. Yo,
Right,
they called
exactly.
that.
So yeah, man, that was just a good example that they gave me, man, growing up. So that's why I have to invest in my kids. My kids got talent in something. If they just want to even if they want to try something out, I got to make sure that they have the opportunity to do that because I had those opportunities growing up.
Facts. Alicia, you got anything you want to add on?
Hey, Easy man, are you enjoying yourself today, bro?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm having fun.
What made you, even though you don't know A-Eazy, what made you, want to come on to the show and tell me yes today?
I mean, it's you, KS, man. Whenever you say do something, I'm like, I'm there, man. If you got something going on, I'm always gonna be there to support.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
That's a testimony to you, Alicia, man. I mean, I've been seeing it. You know what I mean? You were servant, and I think servants are the most valuable people in the world because who doesn't want to be served? You know what I mean? So
Amen.
everybody wants a servant, man. So you definitely a servant, man. Shout out to you, Alicia. Word.
For sure.
Yeah.
So this next joint right here is the last joint. It's called Cover Up. Is that the right name?
Yep.
Cover Up, Cover Up. So you already know, man. Those that's rocking with us, share the live. Go support the bro. We only here doing this for the glory of God, man. He stepped into our lives, and here we are today. So this right here called Cover Up. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
We both know that story was a cover up. Start by telling me about where you really been. Yeah, I promise that I won't blow your cover up. Yeah, I just want the truth, so I won't waste my time. Would you waste my time, girl? Waste no time. I won't waste no time, girl. Cause we both know that story was a cover up. Girl, we both know that story ain't the truth.
Tell me why you move in secret, yeah, I gotta know. I'm just trying to find out where you really been. And honestly, I ain't even trying to trip. But I know you wasn't out there with your friends, now. Out late nights with no text. I don't need the drama and all the mess. Your friends telling me you with your ex. Look, I ain't trying to blow your cover up, but I don't even know what to trust. I need to know if there is a us.
Let's go.
We both know that story was a cover
I
up.
know you're gonna dig
By
this.
telling me about where you really been. Yeah, I promise that I won't blow your cover up. Yeah, I just want the truth, so I won't waste my time. Would you waste my time, girl? Waste no time. I won't waste no time, girl. Cause we both know that story was a cover up. Girl, we both know that story ain't the truth.
Look, girl, don't tell no lies, really, there's no need. Just tell the truth so I don't fall in too deep. Cause your script ain't adding up and I should leave. Hey, yo, you can miss me with all that cat, look.
I really want you back.
You say that and I don't believe it. You wasting time with all the secrets. I should leave and make this easy. Yeah. So tell the truth from the beginning, then maybe I'll feel different. But right now, I'm tripping. I'm saying.
We both know that story was a cover up. waste my time, girl. Waste no time. I won't waste no time, girl. Cause we both know that story was a cover up.
Really need you to
I
listen to
know you're gonna dig this.
Yeah, that was fire. That was definitely fire right there. It's a cover up, man. You want to break that down real quick?
It's kind of in that same vein as Fake Friends, man. I kind of got the tracks around the same time, and it's all gonna be on that. It's called Love and Broken Hearts. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be an EP or album, but it is gonna drop on Valentine's Day. Fake Friends and Cover Up will be on there, even though they're both out right now. I got a couple other songs to add on there, but just man, it's heartbreak, man. Going through different relationships, whether if they're cheating on you or if they're not just telling you the truth about their true intentions, if they plan on leaving you, breaking up with you, whatever the case is, man. It's just like just tell the truth, man. The truth hurts at the beginning, but as long as you hear it, like, and you go through that initial break, like you'll get through it, man.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I think, you know, especially us as children of God, one of the best attributes that we can have is to keep our word. When we tell somebody yeah, we mean yeah. When we tell somebody no, we mean no, right? So,
Amen.
and I think a lot of times, you know, people cover themselves up with religion, and I want to say that very carefully because I think religion has been getting a bad rap, and I think there's a difference between a systematic religion versus true religion, right? How Jesus says.
True.
So I'm not going at that religion. I'm talking about systematic religion, and a lot of times people will tell you they love you when they really don't. They gossip behind your back. You know, they cover it up with Bible verses and all of that, but really they're not keeping the law of God to love you the way God loves you, right?
Facts.
And so that, yeah, man, that's something that touched me on that level. You know what I'm saying? How about you, Alicia?
So I'm a fan of everything that A-Eazy puts out. I'm just gonna, put that out there in the atmosphere. Whether if it's a love song, whether if it's a turn up song, whether if it's a worship song, whatever the vibe is, it will be on repeat because it comes from A-Eazy. But like when you sent over cover up, I was like, he breaking up with his wife. What is going on? So, I'm glad, I'm glad that you was on the KS Radio Show earlier to break that down. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling the track, and every track comes from a real place, which is a piece of your testimony, which allows the listener to know a little more about you in case if they never get a chance to meet you in person or never see a face-to-face interview with you and so forth. So I'm glad that you're transparent with your delivery and with different pieces of your testimony. So I enjoyed the cover up track. Is it going to be on the Awakening that drops in October?
No, it didn't make Awakening. I try to add at least like one or two like love, heartbreak type songs on each project. I decided to put Love Language on Awakening, and I pushed back Cover Up and I pushed back Fake Friends to the project I'm dropping in February. But on October 28th, Cover Up and Fake Friends won't be on there.
I got you. So let's talk about the Awakening. How many tracks is going to be on the project that's dropping called Awakening?
Yeah, I got to actually look at the track list, man, because I kept going back and forth about what to add and what to take off. Bro, this album in the beginning was like 20 songs long. Wow. It was 24. It was 24 songs. So I had to like start cutting stuff off. I kept adding songs. So I cut it down to 13. And I felt like for this project, these were the best 13 that fit together. That was more cohesive together, that sound the best together. And I pushed some of the songs that I was going to put on here back to a project that I'm coming out with next year called Accountability. But for Awakening, it has 13 tracks.
So another question. I know a lot of artists, they do this full time. Some people don't. But if you wasn't doing music, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing music, I kind of already do it now, man. I do gaming videos on YouTube, so I would do more of that. And I think ultimately, that is my like plan I'm gonna know when I'm time for me to stop doing music. But when I get to that point where I feel like music is not where I should be, I'll be doing more gaming videos.
Yeah, there's a lot of money in that too, man. My son is into doing that. You
Yeah,
know what
for
I mean?
sure.
One of his friends is like, I guess he's like a legend in Legends. I don't know if what they
Oh,
call
League
it.
of Legends, yeah.
Yeah, League of Legends or something. I guess he's a legend in that. So and he makes an income. So I mean,
You can.
people who say you just wasting your time playing games. I mean, it's not so much true today. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
not anymore, it ain't, man.
Nowadays, man, dudes is making a living off that word.
Yeah. So I do that now, man. It's A-Eazy Gaming. If you look it up on YouTube, you'll see me on there, either raging about a game or playing different games, giving a review of them. It's called A-Eazy Gaming on YouTube.
Just on a side note, what's your favorite game?
Uh, my favorite game of all times would be The Witcher 3. Um, but it's kind of tied now, man. That new God of War that came out in 2018, how he was kind of struggling with um with his son, trying to raise his son on his
Yeah,
own.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that really resonated with me on a different level than any other game has. So um, that and most recent game that's my favorite is Elden Ring. If you guys ever heard of that, that's a really good game.
No, I think the last game I played was Red Dead Redemption. It
Okay,
was
yeah,
like an
that's a good game
open,
too.
yeah. But I did play the God of War with his son, and I made it like I think to the last master, and then I just gave up.
Yeah.
I got into other things. Not that I gave up because I could play games all day. Trust me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so
I was like,
same here, man. Same here. I gotta schedule. Like usually, what I do is I try to schedule my week out. I'd be like, okay, when I get home from work on Monday, I'm gonna make a beat. Tuesday, I'm gonna make a new song or mix or master a song I already have or record one. And like Saturday and Sunday, I'm just gonna rest on those days and play games. If I have a show, I'll go to the show. But I try to schedule my week out like that so I don't get sucked into one thing. Because I'm like that, man. I get fixated on something, and it's hard to break me away from it.
I'm like that
So
too. So that makes two of us, kid. We high
yeah,
fiving. We high fiving. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Nah, definitely honored to have you on, man.
yeah,
Sharing
it's
your
been fun,
music.
man.
Like I said, I was already a fan. You know, it's just ironic that you popped up on the show. You know, shout out to Licio for that.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? But definitely was a fan already. That We Lit joint keeps me lit. You know, it's one of the joints that I drive to. You know, and I know people watching gonna be like, bro, you drive to every song. You right. I do. I drive to all the artists that are Christian artists. I got a playlist. The playlist only expands and never changes. You know, some people hate to drive with me because they like, yo, bro, heard this song already 1,000 times. And I'm like, you know what I mean?
So,
So, but yeah, definitely appreciate having you on. Everybody look out for the album that's dropping when? October what?
October 28th.
October
Yeah.
28th. The album going to drop. You're not going to get Fake Friends, and you're not going to get what? The We Lit 2, was it?
The cover
Uh,
art.
we
The
we
cover
lit and we
joint.
lit twos on there.
All right, so but the Fake Friends and the cover up is not.
It's not. It's not.
That's
So
coming out.
a little bit more of an exclusive thing is my next project after Awakening will be Love and Broken Hearts that drops February 14th,
On
23.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
All right, so you already know, man. Check the bro out. His information is at the bottom of the screen. And even before we get out of here, man, I just want to ask anybody who's watching with us, lift my bro up, Hector Gomez, in prayer. I'm actually gonna go meet up with some people right after this, because we believe that God does miracles. We believe that God
Amen.
does things that man can't do. And I'm gonna go over there on behalf of the Lord Jesus, and I'm gonna stand on that truth, and I'm gonna expect because I'm not just praying to the air, and I'm not just gonna pray in vain. I'm gonna expect that when I pray to the Lord is gonna give me favor in this situation because his whole goal is to reveal himself. And I'm going amongst people that don't go to church. So because I represent Jesus, I'm gonna show up there as an ambassador, and I'm gonna pray, and I'm gonna stand on what I say. So if y'all watching, man, pray with me. that the Lord will just give us a miracle from heaven that will testify to people that don't believe in him today, so that they would believe in him tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I'm going there right after this show. Shout out to Hector Gomez. Shout out to his family. I know they're going through it. They've been very silent on social media, which I respect. Some things got to stay off, you know what I mean? But keep us in prayer, and we going there as warriors of the Lord. And we're going there to reveal what it means to be a son in this world that we in, you know what I mean? And the son only does what he sees the Father do. And all things are possible with the Father, you know what I mean? So, yeah, keep me in prayer for that, man. But definitely honored to have you on the show. Alicia, you want to add on anything before we dip?
Before we get out of here, A-Eazy, I know you got projects dropping in 2023. Are you willing to come back and, allow us to preview them exclusively and, talk about the albums and the projects in 2023?
Yeah, man, for sure. We can, if you guys want to have me on there to preview them exclusively, you can do it like a couple weeks before it even drops. So nobody, this will be the first place that people will hear it. So
let's get it. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely with it. I know Alicia with it. So this is a home for every child of the body. Everybody who's doing their music, somebody who, and trust, man, not just doing positive music. We want music that worships God. We want music that's going to represent your heart. You know what I'm saying? So this is a platform for everybody. Just get in touch with either me, with Alicia, and help us be a light to you. Help us be a servant to you. We just want to serve. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, A-Eazy, for coming on here, allowing us to serve you, to shine light on what God is doing in your life. You know what I mean? Bringing that to the forefront. And again, I couldn't stress it more. I've already texted Alicia. I can't pray for a better co-host. You know what I mean? So shout out to Alicia for rocking with me and just making this happen. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, it was an honor to be on here, guys. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, so anything you want to say, Alicia? I'm going to end off with your video. I'm going to play your video again.
I just want to make a quick announcement. The KS Radio Show will be live tonight at 8 o'clock. T. Barlow will be my guest. And we will be featuring music from Word Rat as well as the brand new joint from the homie A-Eazy, who's our guest tonight. Fake Friends will be on the KS Radio Show at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you guys need the flyer, just inbox me, but you can dial in 914-205-5471 to listen live. Or if you need the Blog Talk link and you want to listen through your smartphone or your tablet, inbox me and I can shoot that over to you as well. But T. Barlow going to be in the building. He got some golden gems to drop. So definitely tap in with your boy KS and T. Barlow tonight on the exclusive interview. Let's get it. Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's go. So you already know, man. This right here is We Lit Part 2. Shout out to A-Eazy. Shout out to Alicia. And shout out to Jesus King first and foremost. So let's go.
It's the samurai himself. Go! Anthony Edwards on the beats.
Yeah. Say we lit, yeah. Say we lit, yeah.
Man, I say we lit, yeah. This that boss level, this is it. Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit. Tell the devil he will never catch me slip. Yeah. This is it. Look, man, I say we lit, yeah. This that boss level, this is it. Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit. God on my side, so I'll never miss. This is it. Bro, I think it's funny. They hope I slip off my path. Yeah, you clowns are entertaining, always good for a couple laughs. Yeah, God got me fading, now he gave me a new task. Yeah, tell the hypocrites the first gon' end up being last. Yeah, I try to speak my mind, so they label me a villain. Yeah, feel like Goku out here always saving all these Krillins. Yeah, Black Lives Matter if you with me, fist up to the ceiling. Yeah, there's kids that need direction and a nation that he's killing. That ain't arrogant, that's his facts. Yeah, I'm out here on these tracks, running laps, yeah, putting in that work, bro, so I'm in my bag, yeah, I know who my God is, so I'm just trying to brag, yeah, keep it 100 till the day that I collapse, yeah, this flow is sick, tell me where the mask at, yeah, you need a beat, bro, send that beat through cash, yeah, Goku with the wave, that's Kameya Blast, man, I say we lit, yeah, this that boss level, this is it, Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit. Tell the devil he will never catch me slip. This is it. Look, man, I say we lit. This that boss level, this is it. Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit. God on my side, so I'll never miss.
pictures in effect, kingdom building on display. That chakra got me lit, got my spirit light blaze. You going through a phase, I was just up in that maze. Now I'm making moves, I'm forever on those skates. Too litty, too quick, cause I know I got a purpose. Riding y'all's wave, yeah, I'm still surfing. Been putting in them hours, all I do keep working. Good company all around me, even when I'm churching. I was 17, trying to figure out my dream, but I ended up running in the street. Now I'm king, cause my God chose me. Fake dream team, you can say I'm not a winner. Living to be just a sinner, but I'm still walking like the E.T. glow finger. Level up, level up, level up. Loaded up more than my Bible gun. Lord is a hero, da-da-da-da. Hallelujah. Reading the word just ain't enough. Relationship with the man above. The spiritual lenses will adjust. So in the world we see injustice.
Man, I say we lit, This that boss level, this is it, Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit, Tell the devil he will never catch me slip, This is it, look, man, I say we lit, This that boss level, this is it, Goku vibes when I spit, I'll never quit, God on my side, so I'll never miss, This is it,
Let there be light, light, light.